He was known as the Flying Saint for his miraculous levitation and ecstatic visions. His lack of education initially led the friars to reject him, but he became one of the most beloved saints of the Catholic Church. This is the story of Saint Joseph of Cupertino, an Italian conventual Franciscan who is honored as a Christian mystic. He is the patron saint of students preparing for examinations, those with mental handicaps, air travelers, pilots, and the cities of Cupertino and Osimo. Joseph of Cupertino was born on June 17, 1603, in the region of Apulia, now in the Italian province of Lecce. His father was a carpenter who died before he was born, but left a ton of debt. As a result, the family home was seized, forcing his mother to give birth to him in a stable. Even as a child, Joseph experienced ecstatic visions, an indication of his future. During his visions, he sometimes walked open-mouthed and as if in a trance. This led to ridicule. Despite the gift of visions, Joseph struggled with learning and was prone to absent-mindedness. Joseph frequently wandered aimlessly. He also wasn't a pleasant person and was quick to anger. These traits, plus the unfortunate circumstances of his birth, may have led his mother to treat him harshly. He tried to enter the Franciscan order, but was initially rejected. However, he persisted. When the friars finally relented, he didn't last. He would bungle simple chores and keep forgetting to do what he was told. One possible explanation was that he was experiencing visions. Still, after a few months they sent him away. His mother wasn't happy when he returned home and pleaded for him to be allowed to join the Franciscans, not as a future priest, but as a servant at the monastery. One of his tasks was taking care of horses. Over time, Joseph began to change, and the outbursts of anger and lapses in concentration slowly disappeared. He became more careful and more reliable. He also became more humble, and he prayed to do more voluntary acts of penance. Given these changes, he was given another chance to enter the Franciscan order and prepare for the priesthood. Still, Joseph had a hard time with his studies, but the seminary worked with him until he was eventually ordained a priest. It is said that only questions for where he knew the answers were asked. He was ordained a priest in 1628 and was sent to the convent of Santa Maria della Grotella, just outside Cupertino, where he spent the next 15 years. He soon became known for levitating. Some witnesses said his levitations happened during mass or community activities. These ecstasies could also be triggered by hearing the name of Jesus or Mary, seeing a holy image, seeing a lamb, or even the sound of church bells. One incident described him as rising 7 feet into the air to kiss the statue of the infant Jesus above the altar. Joseph also began gaining a widespread reputation for holiness. However, church authorities deemed him disruptive and confined him to a small cell and forbade him from joining in any public gathering of the community. Tourists were also always looking for him. Some, however, considered his levitation as witchcraft and denounced him to the Inquisition. He was transferred to several Franciscan locations for observation and supervision. Finally, after 18 years, he was allowed to return to a conventual community. He died soon after, on September 18, 1663, at the age of 60. Joseph was beatified in 1753. On July 16, 1767, he was canonized by Pope Clement XIII. Saint Joseph's levitation is a source of controversy. Much of what is known about him came from hagiographers who also gathered testimonies from those who witnessed his levitation. Some are skeptics, claiming that eating infected rye bread may have caused the alleged hallucinations. And when everyone consumed the same bread, there was mass hallucination. Other historians dispute claims of trickery, lies, or mass hysteria. There were simply so many witnesses, including those from the upper class. Furthermore, his flights were witnessed not just in small towns but also in major cities. Once, it is claimed that even Pope Urban VIII witnessed his levitation. Today he is best known as the patron of aviation and students who are taking examinations. Saint Joseph of Cupertino knew the anxiety of exams, even if students prepared and studied hard for them. Thank you for watching. Have you prayed for Saint Joseph of Cupertino's intercession during exams in the past? Would you recommend it to a student you know? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Please help us spread the good word by sharing and liking. Thank you.